Oh, we're in circle. They have to come to us.
Yeah, let's go, let's go. And I got heals right here too.
Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Rizzo. We're back at it again with another video. In today's video, I'm actually going to be starting a new series called Roles of Trios. Now, this series is to tell you guys how to play your role in a trio, because a lot of people still today do not know how to play the role in trios and do not know how important it is to play your role in a trio. We have a lot of stuff to go over today, so let's get started with the video. Alright, so first we're going to be going over the 3 roles in every single trio. Now, there's very important roles in every single trio, and there's 3 main roles. Number 1 being the in-game leader, number 2 being the tarper, and number 3 being the fragger. Now today, we're not going to be going over each and every single role. Instead, today we're going to be going over the fragger and how important it is to play your role as the fragger. Now, in this gameplay that you guys are seeing right now, I'm going to be showing you guys at the end of the game how close we got and how I was able to secure almost the win for us as the fragger in this team. Now, I'm going to give a quick disclaimer real quick that I am not usually the fragger in my trio. This is an off-brand trio that I was playing with at the time. This is not my main trio. It was just some people that I was playing with at the time. So, your job as the fragger is to get kills, secure the team safety, and to secure resources. Now, all of these are very important jobs. Getting the kills is to ensure that you guys get enough points. Securing the team safety has to do with if someone's trying to come up behind you guys while you guys are tarping. Let's say that the in-game leader is supposed to be in the middle, the tarper is supposed to be in the front, tarping you guys into zone, but the fragger is always supposed to stay towards the back, looking for kills and looking for people who just might fall into you guys' tarp, or just try and grief you guys. You as the fragger need to keep the team safe from the back. And as the fragger, let's say you get a couple of kills along the way, and you get a fuck ton of resources. What you want to do is to bring those resources to the tarper and to the in-game leader, but keep just enough for yourself to secure kills, and also meds as well.
Guys, I need your help.
Usually the fragger will probably be the first one to die, considering that you're always pushing people, but you want to make sure that you don't, considering that you are the most mechanically gifted person on the team. So I'm going to give a quick example of that. Let's get a rewind on this clip that you guys just saw so I could break this down for you guys.
That's your loot.
So in this clip here, you guys see that I'm actually looking around for kids and seeing where everyone is in this POI. Because as you guys can see, we dropped 4 Tilla. And in the distance, I see these kids building, and I'm already scoping out where they're going and how I could have taken them out if only I had an AR. But then I thought about it, and I saw that this would not be the best fight, considering that they do not have their eyes on us. So instead, what I do next is I scope out where they're going and who they're about to fight, and then as they go in for the kill, we go in for the kill on them. So I scope out that there's kids over here in the main area by the vault, and I tell my teammates this so that way they can back me up. Now, as the fragger, you might be the most mechanically gifted person, but remember, you're not invincible. You want to constantly have your team with you to help you. Of course, you're going to be the person on the front lines, but you still want some help. So I get some shield here, I break this wall to see what's going on in the main area, and I scope out that there's actually a few amount of kids over here in the main area, and that their fight is finally done, and that they're probably healing up so we can run in. Now, as I'm pushing this area, I'm constantly looking for information to see where these kids are at, and I get a huge telltale right here. If you guys see from this screenshot right here, you guys can see that there is particles right here, probably coming from a chest, and that allows me to know that there is a team inside of the vault right now. Now, everyone knows that you cannot build inside of the vault, and that if these kids had just got done with a fight, we can run in there and basically just destroy these kids. So, giving this information to my team, we run in there and we absolutely destroy this team.
Let's go, let's go.
I was about to cry. I was
Closing
like,
right there. Yo, the chug. Let me check that.
Here you go. want that burst.
So fast forwarding ahead here, I heal up a little bit with this chug jug considering I'm the only one that took damage because I am the fragger and I was on the front lines. I stayed out there, there's another kid in the flotilla with us. Now like I said, as the fragger you constantly want to keep up with your team to let them know to push with you so that way you do not get killed. So finally when we run up on this kid, we realize that there's actually only one kid and we end up cornering him. And me cornering him with my teammates allows me to secure the kill.
He's running around.
Got him.
That's your loot.
So fast forwarding ahead to our next fight, which is actually an endgame.
Right. Tag him twice for 34 blue.
We run up on these kids right behind them, and I realize that it's only one kid. I tell my teammates this, and I tag him for 34 blue twice. We rush in right after this, as to secure height over the whole lobby, considering that he has rolled down the mountain, and we can secure this height. So right here, I see that he slid down the mountain, but just in case, I break down his builds with the rocket launch, just in case he's behind this wall. I let my team know that he slid down and that we can actually take over this area. But I scope out that he left some loot behind, and then I take this loot and I slide down a little bit to see that there's even more loot.
We have height, right?
So knowing that we need these resources, I throw them all up to my teammates because I cannot carry all of them, throwing up the big pot and the minis. Now I knew we would need this later in the game because we might get sniped or we might just take a little bit of damage. And later on I was actually right and I was actually able to give some shields to my team. So as my team is healing up, I decide to post up with them and start letting off shots. Now I realize that the shot I'm taking right now is not actually the safest shot and that I can get sniped very easily. So I decide to edit this wall for a nice little right hand peek, as to block myself from the north side. I get this kid white right here and I tell my teammates to spray this kid just so we can try and get that kill. But sadly, his teammate shoots an RPG and we have to back off. My teammate lets me know that people are rushing us from the left side, so I go ahead and go look at this just to see if I can get any kills. I come around the mountain, whipping out my RPG as to break these builds immediately, because I see that this kid is down to metal. Usually when someone is down to metal, that means that they are low mats. I drop down in order to get these resources and then bring them up to my team, but right after, a team pushes me and glides right on me. I tell my teammates that I am in a very bad situation and that I need to get back up to them. So as I'm sandwiched in between two kids, I try and get back up to them and they let me know that they are not even looking at me at the moment. This was great communication on my part and their part. Next, I look back on these kids and I realize that they have boxed up and kind of made themselves a little bit comfy. So I decide to make them a little bit uncomfortable and start spraying them with some rocket. But then I turn around to see that there is actually kids in the back trying to go for a high ground take. Now as I said earlier, you constantly want to look towards the back as the fragger to make sure that you keep your team safe. So I let my team know about this and then we absolutely take action on these kids. So we disarm the team behind us and fast forwarding ahead a little bit right here, I realize that these kids ahead of us are in shambles right now. So I decide to go in for a kill, trying to take as much piece control as possible. But sadly for this kid, I already had this edit from earlier, so I just edit on him and just keep hitting him for headshots. I drop down and finish him off, but I realize I'm in a very bad situation because I'm on subground as of right now. So because I'm on subground, I get the mats and all the resources and I come straight back up to my team. So we realize that zone is on the other side, and as to conserve mats, we use this launch and go on the other side. While in the sky, I let my teammates know that there's someone shockwaving on them.
He's trying to take it.
Immediately as I drop down, I shoot a rocket at this kid to make him scared to try and never do it ever again.
There's no one behind us, right?
Now take note right here that we are actually split up into 3 divisions right now. My teammate is on low ground right now, I'm on mid ground, and my other teammate is on ultimate height.
Yo, someone just trying to take height. Watch out. Let's go right here.
Now sadly my teammate dies right here, but that's okay, knowing that I can still carry on and try and get his best placement as possible. I get dropped down and take quite a bit of damage,
Hey, no, just leave him.
but luckily I was able to catch
That's a
myself.
solo.
But my other teammate wasn't quite lucky, and this last kid was actually sitting in storm and lasered me for 3 dink headshot. Either way, I was able to secure my team's 2nd place. Keeping all these kids at bay and telling my team who's trying to go for height and who's
It
not.
lasered me, my G. I got 4.
I got 2 kills.
Hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys all next time. Peace.